everybody. My name is Jessica Holyfield, and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we are taking a look at Natty by Kiss of Life and Jay Park's track, Taxi Blur. Shout out to Jacob for the Patreon request. Jacob comes in hot every single month with incredible things to look at, and so I know this is going to be of no difference. I can't wait to look. We have a performance version, a music video, a live performance, and a demo from Honey J herself. So I cannot wait to take a look. Let's get started. Pull up on me. Hey. We got that R&B Blur from like 2004. Come on. Where are we pulling up? Whoa! This little backbeat reminds me of, you know, how Super Shy builds up from New Jeans. Feels like that. Did you see her stick her tongue out? Natty! Girl! Here's the thing, it don't look awkward, and that's why it works. She has such a good voice. They're very complimentary vocally. They're making this girl do it in heels. Come on. Wow. They touched, but they didn't. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like that. Very cool. Okay, music video. Here we are. Let's check out the lyricism. It kind of felt like the performance version kind of cut off this very beginning. It sounded like we came in at a random point of the track. So I'm intrigued on what this sounds like. Call a cab right now. Call a cab. I'm too drunk to come get you. Well, maybe we should be mindful. We should be sober-minded when we make some choices. I feel like everybody would enjoy these moments more, right? Pull up on me. Oh my God, Jay! Wow. Woo! Woo! That was a dope bass on that. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. He does have a bit of a stiffness in his upper back. It could be from his... I feel like 2 p.m. never left him in his posture. Does that make sense? When you saw him in his time in 2 p.m., he danced similarly in how he would hold his upper body. That's such a long time ago, though. Such a long time. Love it. Blow up. Okay, wordplay. I'm too drunk. And you make it legato like you're drinking like a liquid. Hey. Yeah, that's that girl from wasn't she with she's with Holy Bang right there on the right side. Wow. Do not disturb when you're sober. That's what I'm saying. She ain't wrong. Good. She says, I'll put my phone on do not disturb. Call me when you're not drunk. I don't want to be just a drunk call to you. Oh. Uh-oh. He needs to know how to handle his liquor. Bless it. Ooh. This is why it's good to have good friends around you. Not loved ones, not like a lover. Get a good friend, you know? People discredit them. You need one to make sure you stay out of trouble like what Jay's showing right now. Cool, and she says, bye. She ain't in there. There's a little heart, though. Cute. That was a fun little finish there. Bruh. You look at her. She said, I'm hanging out with my friends. Smart choice, Natty. Okay, we gotta go back and talk about what she's saying, because, hey, real talk. We're talking real people, right? You'll call me again, probably. Just hearing your voice isn't enough. I agree. Cool. Always calling me probably. In my head, I know it, but still, it's like that. Even your lack of patience. Yeah, it's the type of guy. So she likes an impatient person. Oh, always looking for me over everything else. So the priority, okay. She wants somebody who keeps her as a priority. Even when you're just right by my side. I'm your priority. But why? You're thinking of me. Too obvious. It's already midnight. I guess thinking of me in that way. Yeah, it's over. So put my phone on do not disturb. Oh, is she not in a relationship with him anymore? So like, I guess she's like, we were in a relationship and now we're not in a relationship, but I'm like a rebound. Not a rebound, but like a, oh, you want me for what I have, not for the fact that like, you really don't want me. You're just drunk and you just need company. And I just happen to have given it to you. It's kind of what this is, right? Girl, know your boundaries, know your worth. When you're sober, call me again. Hey, yes to that. So this is what I can get behind. I like a girl with some boundaries here. This is good. J Park, bruh, you need to have some good friends on your side. You got some dancers there. Her dancers are her friends. She's like, come on. Your dancers needed to make sure you weren't getting beat up. you need to tell them to be there for you when you're intoxicated. You got somebody there to batter up for you. But I digress. That's really fun. Okay, we got the demo right here. We'll probably just watch, looks like a class. So, I like that. That's a cool part right there. Cool. Okay. Oh, it's with her class. That's fun. Okay, so this setup, what's interesting in her setup, it doesn't look nearly as structured as what it looks like in the music video. So that's what's intriguing about this. I've learned choreos like this before with this type of setup. My brain struggles to retain this style until she hits into this midnight, because in my brain it's not like super clear where she's hitting. But hey, more power to her. I think it looked freaking sick in the music video, so it turned out fantastic in this context. And I know if I were in this space, I would be getting a little flustered, because not the movement but how she sets up this beginning. It feels more like a freestyle, if that makes sense. But of course, what I've learned so far in the classes I've taken in Korea, the people I took from, they do a good job of describing or trying to be clear on their movements, both in choreography and in fundamental classes. Now, do I speak on behalf of everybody? No, I need to take a lot more classes to really have a more decent, objective viewpoint on the teaching culture over there. But so far, it's been a great experience on my end. So there's a good chance she probably teaches this very well. But I do struggle with this style because it's very conversational in the in-betweens with punctuation throughout. So I think, hey, more power to her for the fact that she does this style, because it would be a good growing experience for me if I took her class. That's all that to say. This was cool. This was cool. We got a live version right here. Let's watch it. I'm here for it. This is a dope collab. Wasn't expecting it at all, but I think that's what makes it fun. I like their performance setup. That's cool. Are we live singing this? I hope so. So far, Kiss of Life have shown that they sing live. There's our dancers. I wonder if Kusan choreographed this part. That would be my guess. Let's go. Yes, Miss Natty. I like whenever we have collabs, both contribute and it's not just like one and then you hear the other person overlay. I love seeing when they both do it. Yes, ma'am. Wow. She looks more comfortable here than she does in the performance version. I think it's part of it's her heels. They're a little bit shorter. Wow. This type of concept of track really takes me back to like that 2000s like Chris Brown, T-Pain, R&B, Usher. Like, I love this. Cause some of the how they're harmonizing too, gosh, it's so nostalgic to me. We may analyze this one, not gonna lie. I mean, I like her music video one a lot, but really seeing the structure of the choreo, I think, is a little bit easier here. I don't know, maybe we'll hybrid it and cross over. What if our guy has glasses on? Huh, live your life, dude. And I wonder how long Jay had to sit in the chair to get all his tats covered. I'm assuming it was just this one. It looks like a nude little vibe right there. Nude KT tape thing at the end. It did look like he made a mistake at the end of that. Let's see though. Boom. Or maybe he didn't. I don't know. They go and they finish. Like, come on. Yeah, that was freaking killer. Okay, then. We see you. We see you. That was a vibe. So we'll probably, let's do the analysis of like the actual performance here. I think that would be great. So I had a double check with Jacob in our group chat to make sure that this is the one that they wanted me to look at because it's more focused on the dancing. I'm here for it. Okay, I get the vibe too, so thank you, Jacob, for sending me this one as well from the top. The dancers right here, I think this whole verse setup right here is so sick. I love how the dancers were utilized. Shout out to them. One of them has the exact same hairstyle as Natty, so I thought she's kind of hiding out right there, but she's not. She's in a verse too. Now our dancers, Snake with tension to build up on the second half of it. Really nice. Da-da. So how he holds his notes. That's where that tension gets infiltrated and really helps tie into how he's singing it. Very well on that. Speed change, gosh, pull up. And then they add the arms, but they don't break what's going on and how they set up that torso with the head. So nice to make that a fun accent, to feel like we're building onto how he's singing, but also in the choreo, right? I love that. The arms into the little head ISO, side to side. Very nice. And then it gets them slowly to sink closer and closer to the ground. Definitely seductive in nature. And the frozen there, boom, boom. They all look. So it was cool. They look to the outside. They rotated down to the inside. Little chest, boom. And they have a little, like we're kind of sitting down. Notice whenever you sit down and it kind of has like a heaviness or the reverb that happens. Not a reverb like what we normally are used to talking about, but when you sit and there's that residual kind of extra bounce that happens. That's what we got to see there. And I think that was so sick. Then right here, they go here and then they take the leg and they flick it over. Really dope. Head, that was a really nice little ISO, head ISO to the side, boom, boom, right there into the quick isolated chest. Love that. That right here, filthy. Oh my God, the fullness there, the laid backness, because they're taking it and they're swinging the chest from side to side. So cool. Then they take it, pull up, so they're taking the arms, they're going to swing them in, rotation of the wrist to connect at the top, and then making it a fun little arch moment to come out of it. Oh, just kidding, they didn't. They just used it to reset, boom, boom. Then they did a nice accent with the wrist in order to present it out to the sides, really nice. And the beauty of stairs is that you have your natural levels without having anybody put in more effort to squat or to stand. Everyone's sitting down. Everybody, honestly, to the degree of how they're sitting is really nice because you could tell the chest and how they're rotating in the hips to allow those legs to be in the position that they're in. Very nice, super fun with that. And then the accent, there's a lot of those little crash, that little knock sound, which is cool. And they bring those knees together nice and clean in that regard. And then right there, they're doing the same kind of rotation that they did with the chest, but they're doing it with the hand in between the legs. I know it's a bit tricky to see, but I could just tell from one of our girls behind him. That's what I was able to see. They go through with some good times and little head ticking ice accent. Boom, and they say, psh, whatever. I love it. A little hit, boom, boom, and how they look on the second one. My neck, when I say is so sore, I did Spell by 17 recently. It wasn't even like yesterday. It was a couple days ago. And, oh my God, like, I'm hurting. Like I'm sore today. So it's like, I'm feeling it so hard right now. So anytime I move my head to the side, I'm like, ooh, I feel that Kirsten was here. You know, it's kind of what it feels like. I digress though. So they walk over to the side. So you have Jay having his moment. Ba-na-da-na-na. Cool. And it swings it through. He does a little Mary J. Blige, which is a little groove that goes from side to side. Really fun. Me. If you don't know who Mary J. Blige is an artist. If you want to go look her up, love it. And you have two guys into the group chat. So this is Kusang, right? I knew him for a hot minute even before I started doing Just React. So I think it's cool seeing him here, knowing he has a choreography background too. So my assumption would be if Honey J did Natty section, then Kusang did this section because he's in it too. I could be wrong though, but I think it's cool. I like it. The slide through right here and how they rotate, a lot of how the movement is syncopated does remind me of how Kusang choreographed, so that's why I kind of made that guess as well. Now, who his counterpart is, I couldn't tell you. Good chance I may have seen him before. He's just wearing glasses, and it's just not, I don't initially like know, I know who that is, you know. But like the turn through, they drop to create a little pas de bourrée with Jay. They go to the front, they come up to do a little baby frame to the inside to Jay. It did feel like they were cheersing right there, like a toast. Then they go through, boom, ding, ding, really nice, where they have, they accent with the arm, so they do 2 pops with the arm, and they're kind of shoving their weight ever so slightly over into that right side, boom, boom, to make it feel more of a punctuated moment. That's where popping, a lot of times, or boogaloo elements can really help enhance what you're hearing in the music through your movement, because it's the same thing as just like, I would equate vocals to a font of, the font of words. I would say that textures or using different fundamentals of street styles, they encompass a lot of texture or feeling with your eyes, like how something feels, right? That is the font of movement, is kind of the best little nutshell that I could give for that. And so that's what it reminds me of here. We have a little mummy happening over here with the right arm too, because he's got that whole right arm like sleeved up. It's cool. But we ain't on a boat. So a nice little glide action, because boats glide on water. It's cool. Then we're digging it through. I really like that. Nice and full, going from side to side, using that rock to make this movement look more full. Super fun. And we punch it up. So I like how we went low and then we travel it up with the punches at the top in. It feels very complete, utilizing the full body. And we're progressing through the phrase. Then right there, the hit, like we're about to hit them folks, but we're actually syncopating through it. On the basses, the little bass. We did see it in the music video. It was a triple where he's using the pelvis and he's using the arm to create a lot of energy that gets closer and closer to the hips. We know that this is a double meaning for this type of song. Why would Jay, or the character Jay is playing, call somebody after midnight drunk saying, hey, I want to see you, your words are not enough, I need you, right? And it ain't for good conversation. It's I'll make it worth your time. You know what I mean? We ain't going out for Brewster's ice cream, that's for sure. Anyway. I digress. So we know that this has a lot of double meaning. You can even think the fogged up taxi glass could mean something, you know what I mean? So if you don't know, you can comment and I will elaborate more onto that. But anyway, so they go, the dancers go away, all of this here, boom. I do notice with Jay, he does end up cutting off his movement. He does this in general. It's not just because it's live. So I'm honestly very impressed. I think everybody went more full in the live than they did in the performance and in the music video. I really do think with Natty, it is solely because of the type of shoe she's wearing. That goes one long way. It really does. I think her music video one was really nice. We may go back to that section because that was really cool. Some of her choices, but we'll see how it happens here. She does a great job in the live though. But what Jay does is he does end up cutting off a lot of his more legato grooves. About halfway through, it kind of gets near the tail end where the ribs are, is where it kind of gets cut off, and then he resets to do something else. So this is what I'm talking about. So he like travels it and then he stops it about right here. So we're gonna backtrack just so we can see that. Ready? Right, so it goes boom, and then he skips this lumbar section right here. And your lumbar part of your back is meant for more stability than mobility. So I always say I'd rather it be more flexible in the upper back than the lower back, and that's fine. But you notice he went here, he missed this part, and then he went and he accented from the hips. Now, some people, that's just how they carry themselves. That's fine. That's something he's always kind of done. I've noticed it on like heavy when I looked at some 2PM material in reference to another group, and it was one that he was a part of before he left the group. But all that there, like this kind of stuff, he like accents it. It could be because of the type of track and like how it's hitting and the tonal colors of sound production in the back. Like he wants to hit certain accents, and that's fine. To each their own, no problem there. And that's just his vibe, and it works well for this kind of track. Like I said, it's definitely like a nostalgic R&B for sure. There's your little side glide. Doesn't quite complete it. He ends up doing like one, and then he just crosses over, but keeps the same vibe. But there wasn't really like a super complete glide or anything. Hitting it through, then he does a little sweep around. He brings it. He says, "What you want? Okay." Then that part right there, boom, 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 uses the heel to create that punctuation, and then he isolates like what I can't do right now. Golly, ooh, brings it through. And then right here, he has to own the stage. Let's go. Pull up. I like the rocks he's doing. Now that's right. Da, 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 da. So when you think about the BPM, they're just going in double time for this, like that bump, 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 bump. It did sound like you know, when Mario gets the star and he gets invincible. Dun, 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 dun. That's just what I sounded like just then. But having your guys come on here, we had a little bit more like house, or we had heavy footwork. I would call it more footwork than house here. Having that in a lot of these choices is it's on this type of tracks really, really cool. It does remind me of Super Shy, like I said. Super Shy is just that back bit, just a smidge, one of the layers in that. And I'm not using that as a form of comparison at all. It's just it has like, it's in a similar relative sense, just in this section with the music. I think it's cool. So they kick it really nice. So honestly, they pick up the foot and they do a little, you know, toe-toe, and they bring it back in. They're lifting the leg. They go kick, kick, and then they're going to swivel it in the back. Really nice. Then from there, they take it and use the hips. So they swing, the knees are connected. They swing that back leg around, and then they use a little pelvic roll, little hip roll, to kind of create this little switch into not like a fifth or fourth position, to just a cross back. Really cool on that. And then that little pull up. Once again, this really speaks a lot of volume in these choices, because if you just did the arms, it would mean one thing, but you add the body roll and it helps match his vocals. He does remind me, I said this before, he doesn't remind me as much here as he does in other contexts. He does remind me of Nick Cannon just a little bit, not in this specific way, so we won't give him that there. It does feel a little bit more, I think his movement quality kind of caters more into that sense, probably. But I just think it's just really fun to kind of think about just who he reminds me of. But he doesn't remind me of any other K-pop idol at all, though. He definitely is in his own lane in that. And so hats off to you, sir, for that. He is J Park, you know, through and through. I love it. He goes out. This right here, dee. That part right there, I just feel like we're going heel toe on that. We did get to see it a little bit more clear in the music video. Then we go, Miane, he's like, I'm sorry. He sets it over to the side, takes it up. There's your little sweeps, and they take the arms and they go from side to side, letting the chest help influence the direction on that. Really nice. Creating a sense of opposition. So whenever you're rotating the leg around and you take let me see if I can rephrase this. So you want to kind of go counter the direction of the sweep that you're doing, because a lot of times that's going to keep you balanced, but it's also going to create this little pull and make it look bigger instead of just keeping in the front. You can do that, of course. I'm saying in this, whenever you're presenting to the side, allowing the chest to go with the arms is going to make it look a little bit more complete than isolated arms with an isolated leg with an isolated chest. You want it to all have some sense of connection to it. And so a lot of times your torso going with what your extremities are doing can really help benefit that exact thing, which is cool. Cool stuff. Natty comes in. I like that they're matching similar like type fabrics. Ding, ding, and she goes through. Yeah, the da-da-da, I really like the fullness of that with the accent there. Your dancers have come in. She hits it right there with them. Like, she don't back down whatsoever. So impressive. The pull-in is really nice, and then she goes and rotates it up. And she goes all the way through. What does this say? For sweet. I don't know what her shirt means, but anyway, we walk through, accenting it through, ding, 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 ding. It does feel like we cut it off ever so slightly instead of really going full from A to B, but I feel like all of them kind of stop right here, so that could just be a choreography moment there. Bum, 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 ba-da. That right there was cool with the body roll, or she takes the hips, they rotate it around. This is from Honey J section. Do you remember that? Rotate it around, and then from there, they immediately start the body roll up. So that's really nice. A little boom, boom. I really like that boom, boom. I love the accent of that punctuation. Probably chest bops, which is the internal chest hit, boom, boom, as we create that fun little interruption as we drop lower. Super fun. Then we do it again, boom, boom, right there on the base. And then the girls butterfly it, which is not the same type of butterfly like you see in Afro with the quick footwork. In this case, it's a butterfly where you bring it in and bring it out. I've heard it called butterfly. I've heard it called Tootsie Roll. It just kind of depends on who you talk to in that sense. I love that where you have your ladies frame outside. That was such a good moment right there. There we go, by my side. It's just, for me, it was like when you say whenever you're by my side and then you do a pelvic thrust, it's like kind of hard to not think about the connection between the two, but also it's a really great accent to the bass. So it's cool, it's cool. Now thinking of me, yes, I know Natty's an adult too, which is why I haven't really brought it up at all, because normally if you're gonna go like this and you're dealing with an underage performer in this, I'd have a huge AF issue with something like this. I don't at all, because it's Natty, she's an adult. Now if it was the youngest member of Kiss of Life doing this, I would have a bigger problem with it, but it's not, it's Natty, and even if Julie did it, it wouldn't, it would vibe the same way to me personally. And with Jay too, Jay has always teetered in this avenue all the freaking time, and that's just, and that's fine. Like, as an adult, make whatever choice you want. If that's the avenue you want to pursue, then freaking do it. Have fun with it. You know, I think it's cool. Like I said, their vocals are very complimentary to this, and their movement quality also does a great job on hitting on this type of track. Da 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 da. I love that right here. She's talking about midnight. Yeah, 12시, 12시, which is 12, right? Boom, boom. And then she's showcasing it here, and the girls are, you know, bringing it around, rotating it around. I can't do it around for the same reasons of what I said. It's over. She said, when she said it's over, I said, oh, okay. She said, it's over. And then we take it, we swing it, and then we add a little bounce to create a fun little prep to get them to do that ball change, to come up. Right there, little bop, bop. Really nice with the hips on that. Da da da, double up on the shoulder here, boom boom. Notice that we're having this head kind of arch it, and it really makes a fun focal moment here, because it looks like we're subtly looking at it, but we're not. But it allows us to kind of boom boom, look at my shoulder. You know, whenever we're using our head, we're like, hey, look over there. Whenever we have that tilt, we naturally want to look in that area. So I think that's cool. And right here, boom, boom, we go through. It's very similar to the hips that we saw earlier. We're seeing that here. Love it with the accent on this. Bringing it up and down. So all that to say, Honey J's class to this, it's very, very similar. Obviously, I don't think she really changed a ton between the demo into this. But it feels very different because it's very clear because everybody's doing it. I think if I saw, well, you know what? Let me, out of courtesy, let me see everybody do this. Maybe that'll make me feel better about it. Yeah, with the knees too, like that. I would look awkward doing that hip, not gonna lie. Cool, cool, okay. Anyway, but yes, so I feel the way that I do. Just watching Honey J do it by herself, I would feel like I would struggle with it, but seeing everybody do it, I'm like, okay, that means she's a good teacher, because you saw everybody do all of it. Love it. Because a lot of times when you see, I've talked about this in other things, but I'll talk about it here because might as well. We watch class footage. A lot of times whenever you see classes, you only see select groups or people who can do it to a certain degree of competency. Very rarely do you see like just the whole class do it, and you don't have like these super special groups. Now, do they have them here? No, they don't. They just have the class. Like, that's the class that took it, I bet you. And just having everybody there get most of the choreo, that's very impressive, because most of the time you're going to get a ratio of people who have no idea what's going on. And that's beautiful. I love the challenge that people have in that, and it helps you grow as a teacher. But having a class that for the most part understands the timing, understands the choices, and they have that freedom to make choices as they see fit a lot of times, that's a good teacher. So all that to say, yay, Honey J. I can just tell from that she probably knows how to express her intention of her movement quality effectively. Not a lot of choreographers, there's more choreographers that can't versus can. And that's why I always say, hey, hats off to you, Honey J. Very nice. But seeing it here, it looks great. It really does. I like that. Love that choice. And we go and we hit it down. That right there, Natty stole the freaking show. They tried. They cannot do it the way Natty can. Oh my God. Like, even when she did in the performance version, that is such a moment. Wow. I don't think I could do it like that. We're not going to try either, and that's okay. That's great. I like that. Nice little vibe coming for her here. Boom. I like that. Boom. And then right here, they're like, let's have Natty do this. Okay. I like the little ball change, and then they kick it out. They kick through, swipe it through, and then it feels like we turn it into a little salsa step there instead of that twist that we saw earlier from our guys. There's our body roll once again. Very nice. Yeah, hit. We focus more on the body roll for that moment over the groundedness of the feet because she's in heels. Yeah, up. So it goes up, down, through. Really nice. Yeah, the little heel. Oh, yeah, that right there. So yeah, body roll plays a bigger role here. Also, the camera didn't show us the footwork of that either time, so boo to that. I want to at least see it once. But the kick, the little scuff out of that is really nice. We step it out. Here's your sweep, sweep. They show Jay and not Natty. Come on. I get it. It's his track, but still. I like that. I'm just, we bounce it out. Cool. And that right there, ISO down. And so that was cool. It feels very complimentary. She pulls him away. Really cool. Sorry, pushes him away. The walk through. I think those are Adidas heels. I don't think I've ever seen those before. There's your little moment from her once again. Come on. Everybody comes out. Yep, and I like that we have it. It's super symmetrical. Mwah! Chef's kiss to that. I love it. You got one male dancer on each side and 3 female dancers on the other side. And if you look at it, ooh, this is even better. This is just a subtle thing. I don't know if the movement director or performance director thought about this, but I see it and I appreciate it. Notice of the 2 guys, they normally set up for their feature on either side of him, which is what you end up seeing with both features. And with the ladies in the beginning with J Park, they were at a like V over here in this way, and so they end up being in a V right here. So this is such a nice complementary like puzzle piece formation where it feels like we're tying in the 2 separate groupings of the ladies to male dancers and then putting them together, and it feels like a true collaboration even in the formation structure. So like, I really love the fact that we're able to appreciate that. Now, was that their intention? I don't know. Maybe they were just like, let's just do this, or they weren't thinking about it in this way. I see it in this way, and I can totally appreciate this little format right here. It's very fitting, and it just feels complete, if that makes sense. Really well done, satisfying. I mean, everybody holds it down, even Natty. Natty's at the most disadvantage because she's in heels. Now, she's familiar with them, but just dancing in heels is dancing in heels. This type of choreo is not honestly meant to be danced in heels like heelography is. She's holding it down very well. Hitting it out, boom, boom. I really like how we rock it back, and then we come forth with it. Really cool. Here's your body roll. Are we gonna see this now? So they take it through. No! They still, every freaking time we have not seen this footwork. You know what? I'm not in the mood for that. Come on. Let me see it. Yeah, it's the first time we've seen it. So it was a heel, and then we pick it up right there. Okay, cool. thank you performance video, because the live, I don't know if y'all told him not to show that, but I love that. That's really cute. Why can't we appreciate it? You just want us to see this part. Boo! Well, we got to see it. Hitting it out. Once again, really like the opposition with the ribs to the leg as we go to reset. And then there's your sweeps with the arms. Yep. Da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Cool. Let me take it to reset. We slide in. I like this little pull from some of our dancers. They pull and they were like, they have a nice little residual. What you want? I love it. There's your little taxi blur. Let's pull up. Yep. Pulse, pulse, hit. Yep. That right there. Just kind of feel like we have getting some perfume on because we're trying to look good. It kind of feels like that with a little pulse out of it. Cool. I like that with the little head. Did we see that? Or did I just make that up? Yeah, well, whenever they pull like that with a sense of tension, I just like having this residual head effect. It's cool. It's just, you know, pull up. It just kind of gives this vibe. I love it. I love it. Yep, I like the subtlety, like for drinking. Hey. This reminds me of because I just did spell, and I feel every nook and cranny of my body feeling spell, and it's hitting the same way. This groove feels the same, but it's not as isolated. But this little sit in the upper body kind of feels similar. I think it's cool. Yeah, so they go drink, hit, and drink. A lot of shots. No wonder you're drunk by the end of it, because you're taking a shot about every 4 8 counts. It just took 4 shots and 4 8 counts. Bless it. There's it goes, boom, boom, and they take it, we slide it over. Little pulse, he grabs, and then we go, and we have a moment. So that's one of the few times where they actually like make contact and touch. She does a little trace down his arm, really fun. She comes down, there's your knee roll. Once again, knee rotation. It was a bit awkward. It could be because of the type of pant that she's wearing. Normally that's a much smoother. And you do see that type of transition in heels. I am familiar with that. She comes up, really cool. Boom, boom, bum, bum, bum. Nice little hip iso from her. And she hits it through. Woo-doo-doo. He does it. He does more complementary arms. He puts it up. Then he switches over to the other side. I may watch the performance version of this because I don't know if he made a mistake there. Let me see. Near the tail end. I also did like a little interruption, strobe on the that was cool. That was beautiful. You know how smooth that was? Like, that was really nice. But also look at the type of shoes she's wearing and the top of it right there by the thighs. Those are thigh highs is what we'd call those. And so it's riding on that. So really cool. She comes up. Yeah, so it does feel like that this little boom, 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 and he brings it up. I like that. She does the same thing. He does something a little different. He hits it and accents it over to the side. Cool, switching it through. That little pulse. She goes, shh, cool moment there. Then she goes in, she brings it up, and then she takes it, rotates it around. Wow, really nice. That's super fun. When you're in the tail end of this, it comes up, and we turn to walk away. And she's like, oh, peace sign, peace. Love it. Honestly, shout out to her bangs, because come on. I'm just saying, as somebody who has worn bangs for a long time, but I have them actively right now as we speak. Mine are more, we call it feathered, and they're not as thick. But I love the straight across on her. It is such a cute vibe. And shout out for them for not like looking like, what's it? What's like a really ghetto way to have your bangs? Like this. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes bangs end up like this. They've ended up like that for me too many times when I do dance covers, but luckily I'm just far enough back and I'm moving just enough where people overlook that and they look at other things. I digress. This was really, really fun. I really liked seeing Natty in a collab like this with Jay. I think her voice matches very well. When she did Sugarcoat, I really liked her vocals there a lot. And so I wasn't expecting this collab, but I'm so glad it happened because it's honestly one of the most fitting collabs that Natty could do because of his type of voice. And he's always written on this R&B aesthetic, and how Natty's track came across in her solo work also came across not in the R&B sense, I mean kind of, but like more of that, it's that rock and bounce 2000s chill hip hop is what it came across as. And so having this marry together is really nice, and definitely a lot of the lyricism placates to that as well. So I mean, Jacob knew what was up, and I love the fact that I'm now caught up with them so we can all appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Jacob, as always, for the request. I had a lot of fun with this one, as I always do, not gonna lie. If you want to see more Kiss of Life, or if you want to see more content from a dance analytical standpoint in general, I have some of it on YouTube, but I will always have more on Patreon. I always look at Patreon requests, and I always follow a K-pop marathon every month where I look at a group and take a look at their entire discography, and Kiss of Life happened to have won a mini marathon I ended up doing a couple months ago, and so I've taken a look at all of their group work at this point, which is really, really fun. Once again, my name is Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.